A year ago this week, more than 2 million of us were without power after Hurricane Beryl rolled through.
KHOU 11 investigates exposed major flaws in CenterPoint's response, and our reporting helps spark sweeping changes. Tonight, Jeremy Rogowski looks back at the company's failures and what it has done to keep power on during the next big storm.
How did a Category 1 hurricane a year ago knock CenterPoint to its knees?
We were without power for almost 72 hours.
6 days without power.
8 days, no light in my house.
After KHOU 11 investigates exposed how little the company spent on trimming high-risk trees and how it was slow to call in enough out-of-town crews.
This is an indictment of one company.
State leaders demanded action.
They totally failed in preparation and they failed in response.
And CenterPoint's CEO pledged to do better.
I want to apologize to our customers.
Fast forward a year later.
What lessons has CenterPoint learned?
Coming out of Beryl, we heard the call to action.
The call for more resiliency, which has come in many forms. Installing some 26,000 new power poles able to withstand 130 mile per hour plus winds. Clearing 6,000 miles of vegetation, crowding power lines, and adding 350 of these.
This is an intelligent grid switching device.
CenterPoint Senior Vice President Darren Carroll says these contraptions can isolate a damaged circuit to reroute electricity from other lines, all by remote control.
So if a tree comes down on a line, it can figure out where that fault is at, isolate that damage, and keep as many of the other customers on as possible.
It's just part of a new wave of automation, like adding 100 weather monitoring stations that collect real-time data across 12 counties that CenterPoint serves.
We can convert all that information into stuff that's actually actionable for operations teams so they can pre-stage more adequately.
As for staging power restoration crews,
is that another lesson learned?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Carroll says ahead of the next big storm, CenterPoint will model how many mutual aid crews are needed and then up that number with a 25% pad.
We're going to be more aggressive in the future about having those resources closer to our territory, and the volumes will be higher than what we've seen in the past as well.
CenterPoint says its efforts have already shown results. From January to May last year, the company says the average duration of a power outage was about 80 minutes. The same time this year, it was just under 40 minutes, or cut in half. Back to you.
All right, sure, I'm hopeful we don't have to test those changes anytime soon any further.
Meanwhile, everybody else is buying generators, and that's why. All right. Thank you, Jeremy. Tomorrow